Hello, my name is Max and welcome to Tabletop Reviews, the first one here in 2025. Lots of firsts. I waited a little bit with releasing this one, but I'm here with Ticket Ride Berlin. And this is actually the last currently commercially available Ticket Ride to go into my collection. I now have all of the ones that are commercially available. What I mean by that is, of course, I'm missing out on Ticket Ride Märklin, which is no longer available in stores. You will have to buy it used somewhere. But of all the Ticket Rides that are commercially available, I have all of them now. There's also actually the Ticket Ride demo thing, which I don't have, but yeah. But that amounts to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 different sort of games out there. That is of course including the card game. I also have 3 expansions that are available, which is the dice game and the both the USA 1910 and the Europe 1912 expansions. And of course in Europe I have just everything because it's the special edition. So yeah, everything commercially available almost basically I have right now. Super awesome. But yeah, let's get Ticket Ride Berlin to the table and then see how it's set up and played. Right, there should be plenty of room to do a setup of this game. Put it to the side here. We have the beautiful playing map here that folds out, if I can do it properly, with bang, fold out straight. Nice little score track over here. Now I'm just gonna bring out the sets here for each player. For one player only, just to showcase it. It has a nice zero space, and usually they don't have that. And there we are. Of course, we have these train ones here. It's the same rule as in every single Ticket Ride ever composed. You put them out and put 5 face up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, rules are the same as always. You can draw 2. Either from the face-up ones or from the pile. If one of the face-up ones is a locomotive, or in this instance, what is it? A bicycle? Well, you can only draw that one card. The way that your beautiful little tracks work here is in the whoopsie. In these small city games here, you draw 2 routes, and you have to keep one of them, and that's the same throughout. And you'll see an example of a route. Now that's not the important part. What I want to talk about, what is important is you have multiple different kinds of trains. And when I say multiple, I mean 2. So you have these ones, which are trams that go into the inner city. And on the outskirts here you have the subway, which looks like this. Now they work, now the inner city works just as normal. You have, here 3 orange, you need 3 orange cards to take that one. Grey ones you choose yourself. The subway going around here works a different way. So they have a color, so you need that trains, but this in here decides how many cards you need. So this one you would need 3 red cards, over here 2 black cards. Is there a one orange card here? To go around all over the map. Obviously you get that from here. And they also have a different way of scoring, which is over here. So that depends on how many cards you put down. 1 card is 1 point, 2 cards is 3 points, 3 cards is 5 points. And other than that, the scoring for over here is the same. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 4, and a 4 is a 7. So these ones here. And well, yeah. And of course, scoring for these ones are the same. The ones you complete, score you the amount of points. And the ones you don't complete, score that amount of minus points. The game ends when anyone has only 1 or 0 remaining of their cards in total. So if I had this one remaining or this one remaining, it counts the same. But it isn't like if I had this one and these 3, the game wouldn't end because I would have 4 in total. I need to spend these first, right? And then you count out the points, of course, for the tickets first at the end. Whoever has the most amount of points wins. And tell me, doesn't that look like a TikToker guy who's from America? Seriously. And that's the game. That's a simple game. And there we are, and that is the gameplay and setup of this small box game. It is of course a city box, as I like to call them. I don't know if that's officially what they're called. And as always, they are a simplistic version of Teach Ride, taken into a specific city, in this example Berlin, with a few additions to the rule. And usually those additions is a way of scoring. That's what it is in those other boxes, is just a way of scoring. This one, of course, changes up the layout by giving you two different kinds of trains. Well, it's the subway and the trams, I believe they're called. In the game, I can't remember. That you place out in different ways, both around and into the border of it. But opposite some things like Japan, which also had a similar mechanic, it actually manages to balance it out. Or Rails and Sails, which also had a similar mechanic, two different things. It actually manages to balance it out, and I think in this small box, this way of playing where you have two different sets of something to place, it really works. Of course, Berlin has a vast network of trams, and it has the subway, which works really well to get around in the city. I've visited Berlin a couple of times, but usually we just walked around, so maybe I haven't seen all of Berlin yet. But in this small box game, this mechanic really comes to life by having two different things, and you get really across the area. And it's not like with the destinations that it's like, oh, I just put down a lot of my ones here, meaning I can go way further. That's not necessarily the case. I think it is way more balanced than the bigger box games that use a similar tactic, and it works really great within the confines of the small city box. Components is of course great. They're two different kind of train things. They are distinct enough you can easily recognize them from a distance in the shape, and the shapes on the board matches up with them. That one I had trouble with. My wife saw it easily, like she had no worries about it, so maybe it's just me. Because my wife she immediately saw that I was wrong when I first saw it. So according to her, it fits perfectly. And other than that, the board is always thinner in these city box games, but it doesn't matter. It isn't folded as much. It goes down flat very easily. And of course, the cards. It's a fine quality. It is smaller cards, but it's a small game, so you would expect it. And artwork is what it is. It's always fantastic in the Teach Ride series. Why is it that I always forget what I do next? I can never remember. Right. Does it lie to you? Well, Teach Ride, small city box usually have the same information. 2 to 4 players, 8 and up, 10 to 15 minutes playtime. Now the age fits, like the city games is more, they're easier, so that you could play with a younger audience. But I also think they match better for a 2-player game, more than, or maybe a 3-player game. That 4-player game, I think it would be too tight and you wouldn't be capable of doing enough. So with the city box games, I always say it's more of a 2 or 3-player game rather than up to 4, which all of them are. It's definitely some that I mostly only bring out when it's me and my wife to play it at 2 players. 10 to 15 minutes, very accurate. I mean, I would put it more towards 15, but that depends sort of on a little bit of luck and a little bit. But if you know Teach Ride, you'll know this game. You can go through it very smoothly, very quickly. Theme, I skipped theme, but again it's a Teach Ride. The tram and the subway stations works for Berlin because again it has this network in Berlin to adjust to it, and the destinations make sense. So in that sense it's fine. This one, again, it is Teach Ride. It's one of those games that proved the point that theme is not everything. It's just a brilliant game series. So what do I score it? Well, usually these small city box games I give an 8 out of 10 to. But Teach Ride Berlin, utilizing that 2 different things to place down, different kind of trains to place down system, makes it a 9 out of 10. I really love this one, and it's obviously the best city box game that there is out there. So I'm definitely keeping this one, but I have a separate question. Where does it rank? I have my computer on the side here. So yeah, I currently have in here, have I already written it down? Hold on, give me a moment, and it is up here. So yeah, there are now 28 maps that I have put into the ranking here. And Teach Ride Berlin. Now I can say the Amsterdam, San Francisco, London and New York and Paris, the other city box games, are ranked 20 to 24. Berlin I put all the way up to a 14. I think it improves upon the Ticket to Ride game that much, the City Box games that much. It is really a brilliant small map if you are just two people looking for a great Ticket to Ride experience. Yes. Now the box itself, that was the map ranking, the box of it, I will put 11th. There are 21 boxes I've written down only. What am I missing? 21, but I could just count 23. Alright. Card game and West is not on. It's 21, makes sense. But yeah, I put it at 11. The other city games are 14 to 18. That is not all of them. That's all of them. Alright, yeah, okay. Maybe math just doesn't work. But yeah, 14 to 18 is the other games. This one bumps up to 11. This is of course because many of those maps higher up are in one box. But yeah, that is Ticket to Ride Berlin. A quick review because it is a quick game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!